So, welcome to TFL headquarters, and I'm here with my son, Tommy Micah.
How's it going? I'm Tommy.
And Tommy has just gotten his driver's license.
Yes, I did about 6 months ago. I just turned 16.
And he's been actually helping as part of the TFL team now for the last few years. And so we thought it would make a heck of an epic drive and a heck of a dream drive to actually buy a car in Prague and drive it all the way to Monterey and Pebble Beach. Now, you may be wondering what makes Tatra special. Well, first of all, it's, I believe, a very old company, right, Tommy?
Yes, actually the third oldest, in fact, right after Mercedes and Peugeot.
Tatra, third oldest car company in the world. But what makes Tatra even more unique is that Hans Ludwinka, who was kind of the brainchild of the very, not the first Tatras, but the very first aerodynamic Tatra, designed what became the world's first aerodynamic car. He designed the Tatra 77, which today, if you had one, would be about $2 million. So we can't afford one of those.
And they came out with the T87. They upped the horsepower, and this car went 100 miles an hour in 1936.
Which was huge, and of course,
anywhere in the world, it was a huge number.
And it had a rear engine, so that you get the snap oversteer if you went around a corner too fast.
Right.
Which is why it was called the Nazi killer, because the Nazi generals used to love to drive these. He then designed the 87, and here's the cool part, Tommy. He designed the Tatra 97 right before the war. Check it out. It looks like this.
You can imagine what a sensation it was when it came out.
All right, now here's one that if people are familiar with, the front certainly looks familiar, doesn't it? It looks like something that people might be very well.
It looks a lot like the Volkswagen Beetle.
What does that look like, Tommy?
Yeah, it's basically a Volkswagen Beetle. It's got the same basic design elements, and then in the back it's got a Boxer flat 4 air-cooled.
Yeah, all Tatras are, well, not all, but most of them are V8 air-cooled, and then the 97 is 4-cylinder. So he took this design to somebody that you may be aware of, Ferdinand Porsche, and he said, hey, I've got this really cool car. And Ferdinand Porsche said, let me look at it. I need to design a car for Adolf Hitler. And guess what? Ferdinand Porsche designed the Volkswagen
Beetle.
And borrowed, quote-unquote, some of the design elements from the Tatra 97, which was a problem because Tatra turned around and sued Ferdinand Porsche. So if Porsche goes to Hitler and he says, you know, I've got this good car for you, but there's a little bit of a problem. We're being sued by Tatra because I may have borrowed some of these design elements. And Hitler said, don't worry about it, I've got a plan. And a few weeks later, he invades the Czech Republic and nationalizes Tatra, sorting out that lawsuit. Now that in itself is an interesting story, but it doesn't end there. After the war, Tommy, the lawsuit went back into effect, and eventually Volkswagen had to settle with Tatra for an undisclosed amount. So you could say that the Tatra in some ways helped invent, design, create the world's most popular car, the Volkswagen Beetle.
Yep.
Part of the fun, of course, will be making these videos and having you be part of this dream drive so that it's not just me and Nathan and Tommy and the rest of the TFL team, but you're there along with us every step of the way. So help us achieve this dream drive because we want to make sure that it's a team effort and that everybody gets stuck when the Tatra breaks down. Anyway, we can't afford the 77 or the 87.
And they didn't make enough T97. They only made like 600, so.
But they did build more Tatras after the war, and the Tatra 603, which is really cool and looks like this.
It went to more of a what I call a Bel Air, you know, Chevy Bel Air style almost.
Look at that. Now that is a big V8. Air cooled. That's crazy.
Air cooled, yep, as Tatra almost always was. But again, you know, huge proportions, a huge back seat, you know, huge front seat, still a very luxurious car. Top speed dropped down to like 90 miles an hour because it wasn't quite as aerodynamic, and this engine only did 100 horsepower. The T87 only did 75, but it was sleek enough more that it would go faster than this car. But still, it's a very well done car.
Is the one that we want to buy in the Czech Republic and drive all the way to Pebble Beach because they cost about $22,000 to $25,000, and the goal is to raise enough money to bring not only myself and Tommy, but the rest of the TFL team. So we need about $50,000. We're trying to be very lean with that to not only buy the car, which is going to cost $25,000, but also then to buy air tickets, buy gas, and of course, as you may recall, we have an in-house mechanic, Ted, who worked with you on the Diamond in the Rough.
Yep. Yep.
Because you know, Tommy, that at some point the Tatra is going to break
No,
down.
it's not going to break down.
Yes, it is going to break down.
No, it'll be
Or we're going to be
fine.
sitting by the side of the road looking at a smoking Tatra.
It'll be fine. It's only 50 years old.
Yeah, it's 50. 1968 is the one that we want to get because that's the first year that they had seat belts and disc brakes, which is kind of what you need to go on the highway. So we need Ted along with us to fix it because there aren't a lot of communist era mechanics to be had anywhere outside of the Czech Republic. Now, we do have some really fun prizes to give if you want to donate. The very first one that we want to do is we're going to give you this really cool Super Bowl GMC shirt, and that's going to go to the very first person who donates. So if you're the first person to say, yep, we're going to get on board with our Dream Drive, you're going to get this. Now, we have some cooler prizes, for instance, not prizes, giveaways. Here's a brand new Corvette hat, which has the Chief's engineer signature, stuff like that, stuff that we get from the manufacturers that's very unique and you'd have a hard time replicating to help support and help thank you guys for helping me and Tommy achieve our dream.
Yeah, no, it'll be great.
You sure, Tommy? It's a long way.
No, it'll be fine, yeah.
It's going to break down.
It won't break down.
It's gonna-
It might break down. Yeah, it might break down.
It's going to break down. It's going to be a crazy adventure, and we don't know if they're going to let us into Monterey, into the Elegance. What is it called?
Cacos d'élégance.
Good thing if you speak French, because that's going to come in real handy. Because that's an invitation-only thing. So we may knock on the door and they may turn us away, but it'll be a grand adventure, and we're going to chronicle the entire trip, the entire way, right? So the goal is to do a series of videos that show you the ups and downs of this trip. Tommy, now that you're behind the camera, come on, let's show them TFL HQ. This is where all the magic happens. All right, there's not that much magic, but it's where all the hard work takes place. And we wanted to make sure that you're part of this dream drive. And in order to do that, what we're going to do is if you donate some money, if you help us achieve our goal, we'll take a little sticker with your name on it and put it on the Tatra. And if you want to donate a little bit more money, then we've got a really cool Prague to Pebble or Bust shirt that we'll send you because we'd love to have you along with us. And there's more. You know that?
There's more.
There's more, yeah. I've talked to kind of quote unquote my friends that are celebrity automotive journalists, and they're going to drive the Tatra as well. So if you've got some favorite guys that you
On
read,
portions of the route.
on portions of the
cool.
route, yeah. If you got some favorite guys that you read or watch on YouTube, we're going to get them along. And then if you guys really want to get involved as well, if you live within 50 miles of the route, which we've posted, we'll give you a ride as well in the Tatra. So we want to get you involved as much as possible. So we want to take you this grand adventure this summer and drive a Tatra 603 from Prague to Pebble Beach. Do you think we'll bust? I will definitely bust, and you'll be there with us. Thanks for watching, and check out the Kickstarter campaign, and please help us do this.
Yeah, and click the link below if you want to be part of this adventure.
Or above, or wherever we
Yeah.
get it.